runs. Not very well, but whatever. Today I'm gonna get this motor mounted into this diesel motorcycle. I haven't worked on it for a couple weeks, but I'm back at it now. I'm gonna try, it's not gonna be pretty, but I'm gonna try just mounting it. Probably have to use my laser level to line up the sprockets. Can't imagine it'd be that complicated. Not a whole lot of room in here, but there is some metal that I need just buried up here somewhere. Oh my! Why would I bury it so far? Oh, I can't get it out, but I'll just cut it in place and hope it doesn't catch fire. Holy crap! Ooh. Oh man, cold. That big chunk of square tubing. It's not ideal, but I'm going to use that. I'll probably just make two little chunks, one here at the front, one at the back. Mount the motor to these, get it back up where it's got to be, and then just build a frame down to it, I guess. Alright, so I got these bars mounted. I'm not sure if this is going to work, but I hope so. So it's pretty rough looking, but there's one there, one there. Mount the belt and clutch and everything back up, line up the sprockets, and start building the frame. Alright, I'm going to use this laser level I bought that I didn't need until today. My idea is to have it back here and have a laser line over that sprocket and the front sprocket, and if they're lined up, it's got to be good. Okay, let's try her out. Alright, I think this is going to work. So you can see the laser line on the back sprocket, and then you can see it up there on the front. It's close enough. I have no idea what I'm doing right now. What a beautiful thing. I'm going to use these grade 8 bolts for foot pegs because I got no other use for them. I'll probably put it right here. That'll work. Alright, got another problem. So the clutch I bought, so this would be the primary clutch. The inner bore is like 4,000 or 5,000 smaller than the crankshaft on the motor. So I'm gonna take the grinder and make it fit. Alright, we're running into some problems. So I showed you that. I just had to grind that down. So that's all custom now. And this shaft isn't quite long enough for the clutch that I have here. So this one, the outer of the primary, doesn't really... Oh! outer half of the primary is only going to be on about, I don't know, half an inch of this shaft, but it'll be fine. Another problem. This and this are nowhere near lined up. Like, the belt would have to be like that for it to work. So this has to be kind of... So this one really has to be like out here for that belt to be aligned. But now there's no shaft left to mount this one. So I don't know. I gotta think about it. Alright, so I think I came up with a plan. So I watched a few videos, and this outer, the outer half of this primary clutch doesn't need full engagement on that shaft. Like, a lot of them, I'll show you here. A lot of them probably only have about that much sticking out for that outer part to mount to. I thought it had to be, you know, 3/4. So, see if I can get this off again. Uh-oh. She's stuck? There. So, what I'm going to do, I'm going to put a spacer behind this one to get it out enough so it aligns with this one. And I'm going to grind down the gear that goes on this shaft down enough to get this one to go in. So this one's got to go in, this one's got to go out, and then I'm going to have about 1/4 inch of keyway to mount that outer part on. I think it'll work. I don't plan on riding this thing across the country. Just want to kind of proof of concept that you can do it, and it's kind of funny, so I think it'll serve that purpose. But right now, I gotta go get gas because I'm not a big gas prices are going up, go fill up the tank guy, but my drill batteries are dead, my gas cans are empty, and I don't like being bored, so going to get gas. Alright, back from the gas. So I ground down the gear, the side of this, so the secondary's in further, and I spaced this out as much as I could without, you know, risking the odor of the primary falling off, and they're lined up pretty good.
Oh. Oh. Alright, I'll get her here. Well, it runs. Not very well, but whatever. It does seem to work, but when I give it full throttle, it's almost like it's choking out or something, so I'm not sure what that's about. It's got some compression. Oh. works, but when you give it like all the fuel, it's just smoke. So you kind of have, there's like a fine line there where you gotta keep it to get the RPMs up. And the belt was working. Actually, here, I'll set you up and show you. Like, you don't need crazy RPM out of these to get the clutches to work. So as long as you see this coming up and this going down in, that's all it does. So it's not very high of an RPM.
So I didn't do a great job yesterday at showing you everything I did to this thing. You saw it running. Last night I got the chain on. The clutches are all good. I'm gonna work on the exhaust today, but the throttle is a bit of a pain. So up here I got the throttle cable, just like a twist throttle. It was a bit interesting, so I had to put shrink wrap on the throttle cable to clamp it into a clamp that I can like loosen and adjust. Then I cut the end of the cable off and pinched it in this hole here. And I got the governor springs all hooked back up, and I don't think they're the right spring. Oh, I know they're not the right springs because I just found them in a drawer, but I'm hoping it's gonna take some playing around to get all that set up. And then the problem with these, to shut this single cylinder diesel off, you just have to kill the throttle. So you have to go to like throttle all off. But the problem is, on a motorcycle, you don't want to be driving down the road and let off the gas and have it die on you. So I put a little screw in here, which is a stop, and that prevents the throttle from going all the way up. So hopefully it'll still run like this and not move, but it won't die. For the exhaust, this is the one that came with it. So the problem with that, it doesn't fit. So I cut the header part off of it. I got that bolted back up here with just an opening. So my plan is to put something like this is not going to be pretty. Something like this, so I don't block the oil. I'm not hitting the frame. Go down under and then out the back. That bend will be good for exhaust flow, won't it? That's ugly, but it's good enough. This is the ugliest exhaust you'll see today. Look at that. Might start selling those to people. Alright, see if this thing will start up, and I don't plan to drive it right now, I just want to see if it'll turn the back tire. It's pretty funny, it's got a twist throttle. Well, not yet. Wait a little bit. Oh, whew. like it's not even trying to move. I'll take this off and see what the belt's doing when it's running. Okay, so right now I got this thing all torn apart. Originally I was like, oh, maybe the timing of the injector's off. But then I found a video and a guy said there's a little fuel limiter screw down at the bottom and it was backed all the way out, so it wasn't even touching like the governor arm or whatever. So I'm hoping now that that's adjusted, it'll work. And then right now I'm just going to take a shim out of the injector and hopefully that makes a difference. If not, I don't know. I'll work on something else. Alright, anyway. So we got a couple of shims here. And I think I'm going to take one out. Are they the same? No, they're different. There's a thick one and a thin one. I'm going to take out the thick one. Why not? See what happens. What's it going to do? Run worse? Nothing ever just goes to plan. Okay. Alright, I got it to run. The clutch was about to fall off. I had to shim the injection pump and it ran out of diesel. Chain fell off. Alright, that's it for this one. Thanks for watching. Later.